Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Europa Universalis IV with me, Alfapiomega, Meiou and Taxes, and Denmark. So today I'm starting this episode with the stability of Denmark. Norway improves. We are now at +1 stability, which is great. What has happened in the months between the last episode and this one? Well, we continue colonizing both Osterbotten and Vienna. It's going very well. The population of Davi Sami has increased to 5,817 people, and the population of Lapland has increased to 8,140, which is kind of interesting. I guess it's growing quickly because many people are moving in there. But what else has happened? Well, we finished the fishing port in Galite, but we have a recent construction, so I can't really do anything more there. I don't see any difference so far in the autonomy, but that gets recalculated once every year or so. I actually heard once every 5 years. I'm not entirely sure when it kicks in. The trade dockland in Bergenhus is almost finished, and I had excess money, so I put them into a construction in Akerhus, where we have started to build our promised commune hall. The rest of the money, I guess I might want to increase into our southern provinces where we don't have the cathedral. We don't have it in Wismar either. There's a lot of population there, so it might not be a bad idea, but I think they would much rather have a marketplace here than just the cathedrals. Well, the urban gravity modifier for the cathedral is fairly good when you compare it to its price. What about the Galip? Still can't build? No. Well, I'm gonna save up this money for a while and we'll see what's gonna happen. Once this trade dockland kicks in, I expect the autonomy here to stop going down rapidly. And once this fishing port kicks in, we'll see if there's any change here. But I don't expect anything until we really get to Trade Wharf. Oh hey, it just disappeared. Yes. Okay, so let's build the commune hall here. Oh, local pretender rises, really? In order to ensure the glory of our country, we have had to restrict local privileges. The problem with privileges is that people get very attached to them for sentimental reasons. Now some power-hungry idiot has declared himself the true ruler of our country, and many hopefuls flock to his banner because he has promised to restore local privileges. In Skåne? Well, that can be right. That's gonna be fine. We have no autonomy there. Can we get technology? Still can't get technology. We could get some exploration ideas, but as I mentioned before, I want to get to technological advancements. As we have a kind ruler, I have actually gotten rid of the aggressive policing. And I also removed the yearly centralization of the centralized estate because we have reached the maximum of 60. So together with the ports that we're building here and there, I believe that it's going to help with our current situation. By the way, remember that we have decent communications here at this point. So that is communication time 31 days. Once this gets built, it's gonna change. After it gets recalculated anyway. And here we have nightmarish communications. 131 days to get Galip. So let's see how that goes. Local traders demand aid. Merchants and captains of trade vessels in Ross have sent their representative to the government, describing their home as increasingly lawless territory where piracy runs rampant and ships and ports are routinely raided by privateers. They argue that the government has neglected them and request funding to build defenses against the growing threat. If this request is not granted, many feel like they have already lost too much and will take their business elsewhere. So we can say refuse to trade, refuse to 8 traders. They have enough money to fund those defenses themselves, or we can send them whatever they need. Actually, I hate to do this because the benefit is really sucky, but on the other hand, we have a kind-hearted game. So Galaiba is still building. There's not much to say. The communication efficiency has not been yet recalculated, nor has it been recalculated in Bergenhus, and I'm thinking that I might actually issue an order to build a marketplace in Wismar. That one would help. The urban gravity here is pretty decent, so having a 25% bonus and then building a cathedral here would grant me a couple of pops there. Also, we really need to make a long-term plan to improve our capital. You can see that we are now sitting at 21 population in urban, which means 126,000 people. But you can see that gravity is 137,000, so we are really getting close to our maximum. Of all the buildings that we have here, I'm actually considering either Art Corporation, which would give me art power and art from upper class, or expanding our university, which would give me additional 10 base urban gravity and 10% urban gravity modifier and a bit of art. So I'm thinking maybe the Renowned University would be the best choice for now, and then later moving to Art Corporation. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll see. Let's publish the acoustic of riding across the nation. We'll gain a bit of a prestige. I have asked the where are the estates? Here, the estates, the greater nobles, to grant me some legitimacy and stuff, but I think we're gonna check if we can revoke some privileges from them right now, because they're giving me still a lot of corruption, and some of these are really bugging me, but we're gonna get a hit to just a bit, I'm pretty sure, again. Maybe we're gonna wait. The corruption is okay right now. We're getting 1.56 in cost every month, which is fine. And I'd much rather have the stability increase to +2 if we can. Or actually, if it gets over 150, then I can just do it, because if we lose our stability, it will, you know, immediately increase it again. By the way, look at that. We're nearing 4 million people in our country. And urbanization has increased to 9%. Pretty dope. It's 25th of May, 1539, and we can now take 2 new technologies, galleons and caracol tactics. So let's start with galleons, over 23 diplomatic technology. Larger ships were slower and unsteady, making them less effective in battle. The galleon was a large ship, but it lowered the forecastle and elongated the hull, making it far more stable. Oh, okay. This allowed them to be relatively maneuverable, even as they grew to be thousands of tons. When a ship carried over 100 cannons, few cared how quickly it moved. That's actually a pretty good way to put it. So max colonial range is increased, trade range is increased, settler growth is increased, and we can get galleons. And the second caracol tactics. Caracol tactics. Unable to fight pike squares directly, some cavalry began carrying pistols to fire into their massed ranks. Since they could be preloaded, many cavalrymen would carry a brace of them to be fired once and then set aside. So that increased our military tactics by 0.25, combat width is increased, the maneuver value of our units is increased by 10%, and cavalry has increased in fire by 0.1. And we can get the caracol, infantry, and cuirassiers. So let's check out which we want. So we have the gendarme cavalry, which is here. And, oh, actually we have 3 new. We have mounted arquebusiers, we have cuirassiers, and caracol infantry. Wow, and all of them, with the exception of cuirassiers, have a decrease in shock value. Though the caracal infantry and mounted arquebuses have an awesome value in shooting. Actually, what's the difference between them? None, it seems. But I guess I would like cuirassiers, because I kind of like how our units work. Cuirassiers. The cuirassiers was a type of heavy cavalry that evolved from the armored knight. This type of cavalry was armored from his head down to knee level. His body was protected with a breastplate or cuirass, from which they took their name. The breastplate was designed to withstand not only the shot from a pistol, but also that of a ball fired from a musket. They were armed with wheel-lock pistols, lances, and swords. Cuirassiers were mostly used as shock troops and were in use for centuries. Or we could go with mounted arquebusiers. With the introduction of flintlock guns, white cavalry began to carry firearms with them. Or caracal infantry. No, let's go with cuirassiers. We do want to have them as a shock unit. By the way, I'm below land force limit right now, but I'm still keeping it because I want to have a strong army up in the north. Ostrobotten is almost done, which is good. Vienna is reaching about half. Once this one will be done, we'll move to Tersami. By the way, I've definitely proven via Galibi that fishing port does not change communications. And as we can't really go with the trade wharf right now, I'll have to wait for the recent construction to go away. But we have the commune hall here and the fishing port, which will increase urban gravity eventually when it can. I'm also thinking I'll build a cathedral. Actually, what the hell are the requirements for cathedral? Well, whatever they are, we don't... I think it might be population or something. Well, we're gonna build the port here, which is gonna shave off, hopefully, the nightmarish communications to a more reasonable number. In Bergenhus, we have increased the communication to fairly quick communication of 28 days. So the autonomy is taking another dip, and that is good because the population here will keep growing. The urban gravity is increasing, and that makes me happy. The marketplace in Wismar has been finished as well. So I'm expecting... Actually, I think the urban gravity has already increased here to that 13,000. Maybe. When you have roads here, we don't have roads. Well, this would be good because we have them pretty much everywhere. But I'm trying to save up the manpower a bit because we're at 1/3 of what we could have, and we're burning quite a lot by keeping these armies where they are. Well, we still gaining, so I'm a bit tempted to start investing into many places, but I'd really like to build a university in my capital because that will help both with the growth of our capital, but also with the education. Each student sought educates one upper-class citizen of your country, multiplying the effects of your country's education endowment on that pupil by 2. When a student is educated by a university in the same province, the bonus is 2.5. And we're having a bit of a trouble with education, so that could be good. Once we build a renowned university, I'm thinking we might build maybe another university in Bergenhus or Akerhus or maybe in Seeland. Not entirely sure. Sweden is integrated by 65.1%, so I'm actually thinking that we might not get it in this session, but still, you know, we're doing quite a lot of progress on many things. Look at that. Wow, you guys dropped sub 90 and you are increasing further. Lapland, however, is 100, Davidsami is 100, Romsa is 100. We really need to build those roads. One more reason to save up that manpower. It's 5th of June 1540 and we can now get another level in administrative technology called enclosures. which will give us a bonus to production efficiency. Across northern Europe, the inclusion movement took land that had previously been open to public use for grazing, fenced it off and made it private. This helped to accelerate the growth of large farmholds and cloth industries, but at the expense of small farmers whose rights were eroded. It gives us absolutely nothing whatsoever, but hey, we're doing good with technology. We are now, together with England, which have way less administrative, but they got more diplomatic, on the top of the world. Yeah, it seems good. We are doing good. And I don't understand how the Mamluks are keeping up with us. That is insane. Oh yeah, they got a lot of... Oh my god, look at Al-Kahira. They get near 1 million people living there, of which nearly 500,000 lives in the city itself. That is just insane. Carpet production. Major center of trade. What is this? Royal marriage from Bohemia? Oh no, that's Poland. Sure, let's accept that. And we got Elizabeth, a queen consort. She's 22. Our king is 55. The dead hand of the church. Religious scandal. Over kind-hearted, so... but what the hell is happening here in Hungary? Oh, Hungary is at war with Bohemia. Bohemian conquest of Venexia. What the hell is Venexia? Are they fighting? What the hell? It's Koroshka. Gulf of Venice. Venexia. Well, they're fighting Hungary for something, but I really don't know what. And there's another war which I have seen. Defend against Milan and Milanese conquest of Treviso. Well, Hungary, you're getting screwed. I'm wondering if the Turks will take advantage of that and invade you. In the meantime, by the way, we have started building the trade wharf in Galip, and I'm saving money for the upgrade to the university in our capital. Akerhus is growing pretty nicely steadily, so is Bergenhus, where the gravity is now 23.52. And the only city that I would maybe like to improve even more would be Wismar. But hey, the population there is growing steadily, so things are looking kinda nice. Yeah, we'll need to do something with the north though, but that remains to be open to what we do with Sweden. Forbidden books. Heresy often spread in the form of pamphlets and books in the hand of radicals. In response to this, the Catholic Church established an index of forbidden books. At first the list contained only theological treatises, but as time went on it grew to include humanist philosophy, political tracts, and even racy novels. Forbidden books could often be obtained despite the law, smuggled into Catholic countries with their price driven up dramatically. It was not unheard of for a book to rise in value 10 times once it was put on the list. The ban hurt the fledgling publishing industry in Catholic countries and drove some authors to leave for more tolerant countries, but it also slowed down the advance of heresy. Actually, I remember that one thing that happened was that at a certain point, the list of the forbidden books itself was so sought of because people wanted to read those books, but they needed a list, that the list itself was put on the forbidden list. So, enforce the ban by law, or make a show of burning a few books. Are they the just? Actually, I would love that stability, but I think that we're gonna go with making sure burning a few books, because our king definitely wants our people to do what they want. So yeah. In the meantime, Osterbotten is almost finished. Davisami growing. We have 6,700 people living there. There's nearly 10,000 people living in the Lapland. And the construction in Galaibi is continuing. I'm really wondering how far the communication will fall from that 141 days, because I expect it to go somewhere to some other port, or if they just have to go. Where is a port here? Those are not ports. Because the game is probably calculating the messenger to go somewhere to the nearby port and then go up to Galaibi. Missionaries upset in... Oh no, natives win again for aggressiveness. Damn, they gained a lot. But even Ramsa is not that far. Look at that, it's 89 days. Kajawa, oh, we can see that Davisami is 87, yeah, so it definitely calculates the way through some, maybe through London even? Not entirely sure. Wow, London is a big province too, with a lot of income. Got a great cathedral there. Anyway, I'm gonna end the episode here and start the next one. I'm really hoping that we can manage to get Sweden integrated soon. I'm waiting for that. Come on, Sweden, integrate!